Hello and welcome to the energy update for July 2020. As you can probably see from the reflection in the window, I'm actually in Spain. We've got glorious sunshine. It is beautiful. I have found myself here unexpectedly. When I did my video in June last month, I had no clue. I had no clue that I was going to be here. Quite the contrary, to be honest. I was in the mindset of I'm not going to travel because I'm not going to buy into or give energy to any of these nonsense draconian measures that are in place, particularly in the UK. But I know that they're pretty tough around the world as well. However, I was asked to come over to Spain to do some work in an addiction centre for drugs and alcohol. And for those of you that know me well, you know that I have a huge amount of passion in those subjects. It's very, very close to my heart for a number of reasons. And so I jumped at the opportunity and here I am filming this update for you in Spain. So before we go into July, let's just have a little look at June because I think it was pretty apt, right? June was going to be pretty hectic, and it was. It was a heavy month. There was a lot of noise going on. There was a lot of changes going on. You didn't know if you're coming or going. But the key thing that came up for me through June was going to be the fact that we were kind of having to work together as a team, and that's shifted massively. If you look back to May and then how people came together in June, it's been such a huge shift. And that's going to continue through July of this year. So this month is going to be very much around the collective consciousness, increasing the levels of collective consciousness on the planet. So what do I mean by that? Step number one, there will be disclosure. More information will start to come out. We will start to see a lot more noise as the darkness starts to panic and the light starts to shine on areas where people perhaps have had levels of cognitive dissonance around that. So do be aware of that. I know it started in June, but I feel that, and I've been saying this for a couple of months now, I felt that July is going to be the month where really everything starts being rattled and brought to the surface. And again, this is around cleansing the collective consciousness. We cannot move forwards. We cannot increase the frequency unless we bring all of the darkness up. You know, there's, people say, oh, about draining the swamp, that kind of thing. That's what we're doing. We're bringing all of the darkness to the surface so we can basically just scoop it off and put it in the bin or burn it or whatever it is that we choose to do. So this month's energy, we are between the solstice and the Lionsgate portal, which is in August. Huge amounts of energy, huge amounts of energies. It is a real adaptive phase that we are stepping through right now. So please, ladies and gents, hold on to your pants, hold on to your socks, hold on to whatever it is that you need to hold on to. We are relying on you this month to just breathe and step into these energies now. Right, let's go a little bit more into disclosure. I've got some notes here in front of me, as you guys know. So let's just go back to disclosure very quickly. This is going to be a cleanup month. They kept saying to me, this is a cleanup month. We must let go of June. June was really heavy. I don't know about you guys. I let go of so much stuff. There was a house I was supposed to be sorting. There was all sorts of different things that I was supposed to be doing in June, and I just let go of it all. And I feel so relieved. I feel so relieved. I don't know if I'm coming or going, but I feel so relieved from it. The words that they were giving me for July is we are going to be traveling lighter. The irony that I'm in Spain and I literally just brought one small little bag with me. We're going to be making different decisions in July. So have the consciousness that we are going to be making different decisions. There is going to be a level of uncertainty through July. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's been uncertainty for the last 18 months as far as these energy updates have been concerned, but we're going to have even more uncertainty through this month. Please do not think just because July is disclosure month and, you know, we're stepping out of a phase into a new phase, don't think that it's going to be easy going for any of us. It's going to be challenging to let all of this stuff come to the surface, but also as our body is vibrating up through the higher frequencies. I apologize for the noise, guys. Hopefully it won't last too long. I will speak up a little bit more. So yeah, and it's about stepping into our vulnerability. We have to recognise that we must be vulnerable to be able to get through this nonsense, for want of a better word. Thank goodness it didn't last that long. I apologise if you couldn't hear me too well. So most of us look at vulnerability as weak. Most of us look at vulnerability as, you know, shameful or things like that. This is going to be the month where we really have to recognise that it's our ego and allow the flow of this work. Now, quite interestingly, I started my 2021 program last month, and basically in the first month it's about ripping the ego to the surface and allowing all of the emotional trauma to come up. And people that when they signed up, they were like, I don't have any emotional trauma, like I'm good. They are really, really feeling it. So it's quite interesting that I've almost prepped them last month to be popping them into this month, which is where all of the ego is going to come up. Now, the energies are coming up to release this month. Okay, so what I mean by that is we are going to be feeling a cellular level upgrade taking place in our body. I might have to go inside and finish this. Huge apologies. Obviously the light isn't quite as good in here, but the good thing about it is you can probably hear me. I've closed the door, so hopefully if you can hear anything, it's just a little buzz of them chopping things out there. And huge apologies about that, guys. Like, honestly, it's just typical, isn't it, whenever you're doing something that needs to be done. Anyway, like I was saying, energies are coming up to release this month. So we must acknowledge them. We must recognize that they're coming up, and it's about our choices. It's our choices. Are we prepared to let them go? Do we want to make a different choice to normal? And then on top of that, we've got the ascension energies, which is like our DNA activations. So what they said to me about this month is very, very important to look after yourself. Very, very important to immerse in self-love. And what I mean by that is, you know, get out in the sunshine, soak in the light, allow those light activation codes to come through you. Rest, recoup, take time out, get your body ready for what is coming, get your body ready for the next phase. If any of you guys keep an eye on the Schumann resonance, you will have heard and you would have seen there has been so many peaks and troughs, there's been blackouts, you name it, it's all been going on. Now, if that's what's happening to the Schumann resonance, imagine what is happening to your body. Why do you think some of us can't cope right now? Why do you think some of us want to run away right now? Why do you think that we are like clinging on to things for dear life right now? Because we're looking for that security. So that leads me nicely into the next one. The next point they gave me was about having faith. I'm not suggesting you sit back on your laurels or you trust the plan. I'm not saying that at all. There is a level of faith that is required for us to get through this next phase. We have been through one hell of a journey so far. And it's about saying, right, what is it that I see for my future? How do I see this going? Right, what can I do to help us get that way? I.e., what action can I do? But then it's about having faith. It's about recognizing. Now, like I say, I'm not really into this sitting back and doing nothing or just like manifesting it and bringing it into existence. Like, yes, that is easy done. As you guys know, I want to set up a healing center for humanity. And here I am in Spain, literally at a healing center. You know, yes, it's for addiction right at this precise moment in time, but I'm meeting amazing contacts that are helping me. So there is manifestation and things like that included in it. But if you think that the law of attraction, or if you think manifestation is going to get you where you need to get with your life, then it's delusional. It is one part of a massive, massive, massive picture. So what are you going to do to take the action? How are you going to surrender and trust in God or the divine or whatever that looks like to you? What is that? What are you going to do? What steps can you take? So, long story short, I guess this month is all about flushing the collective consciousness, flushing it out. Be kind, be loving, be grateful for everything that comes up, accept all of this nonsense, that's coming up in your life, and your ego and the battles that you're going through. Accept it with gratitude. Say, thank you so much for bringing it to me. Recognize that you are so important in this puzzle. Recognize that we need you. Immerse in self-love. Remember what you came here to do. Some of you will be getting physical issues crop up. Some of you will be having like emotional blocks or mental blockages, or, you know, spiritual stuff will be going on for you. Recognize that all of this is all part of this flushing and this disclosure and this truth and this, you know, just all of this like the sediment coming to the top. Remember, healing brings pain. We are at war, whether you like to admit it or not, guys. We are at war. And right now, this war is, it's darkness versus light, or evil versus good, whatever way you want to look at it. That is what we're in a war about right now. And so many people on the planet don't get it, but you do, because you're here. You do, because you're watching this video. So just remember, every painful experience that you're going through, this is going to lead us to the light. This needs to be brought to the surface. Okay, I recognize it. I surrender to it. I thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. Now it's time to heal it. There are going to be ups and downs in July. I would really like to say to you that it's going to be easier than June. And I feel that it might be. I feel that it might be lighter, but I don't really want to say that, because I know that there's still a lot of stuff to come up. I want to be a realist with you. You know, yes, I get all of this beautiful love and light, and I get all of these, you know, beautiful signs and beautiful messages, but I also want to be really real with you. With the only way we're getting out of this is by us coming together. Collective consciousness, which is what this month is all about. And we were prepping for it last month. We were prepping our team last month. We were coming together, working really, really hard as teams. And I've got to be honest with you guys, I'm so impressed how you've worked together. Literally, I created a leaflet. I sent it to my girlfriend, Michelle, to basically design. She designed it very quickly, and we got it across the UK, like within about a week. You know, like admittedly, not every single house would have been touched, but it got out so freaking quickly. Literally, that is teamwork. That is about us coming together. And there are many other people doing very, very similar things around the world and in the UK. Obviously, I get exposed to the UK much more than around the world. So have that consciousness. Who do you want to be around? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to immerse in? What are you giving your energy to? Because this is what's going to help the collective consciousness. You know, when you get frustrated with your parents or whatever for not listening to you, remember that is compounding the collective consciousness. Remember, this is ego that is coming up. Remember, this is just all of our healing coming to the surface in readiness for us to let go. The most freeing thing that we are ever going to do, guys, is let go. So please sleep, please rest, please exercise, please eat well, please drink more water than you've ever drank before. Prepare your body for what is coming. If nothing else, you know, you're preparing your body for the ascension, of the physical ascension of the body from the third dimension into the fifth dimension. And the final point that I would like to share with you today for July energy update is around authenticity. Be you, do you, for you. Please recognize you must know who you are. What are your values? What are your standards? And I'm talking about that a lot here in Spain. You know, when you're working with people that have become addicted to substances, it's, you know, they've forgotten their standards. They'd rather block their standards out than actually have the difficult conversations or whatever. Maybe they don't feel like they belong on this planet. You know, there's many different reasons, but you know, from my expertise and experience working with adults, it's all come from emotional trauma, and the addiction is the coping mechanism to the emotional trauma. So, being authentic, finding your voice, standing in your truth. Doing the things that, you know, you're like doing something that is not in alignment. So, for example, you know, I do not believe that the mask is safe or sensible or would protect from anything, let alone a virus that is capable of a global pandemic. So personally, I just don't wear one. I do not wear one, and I have to stand in my truth. I have to have some challenging conversations because of that, but I know my values, I know my standards. You know, if somebody wants to kick me out of a shop for not wearing one, I will leave the shop. However, I've never known that, and I don't think I ever will know that, because I'm kind and I'm gentle and I'm loving in the delivery of the message that I use. I'm authentic. I stand in my truth no matter what, no matter who I'm upsetting. You guys know I didn't go to my own uncle's funeral because of, you know, the potential embarrassment of certain people by me not wearing a mask. So I didn't go. Like, that's how in my values I am. That's how my standards, they're just not, I'm not prepared to compromise on them. So do you know you well enough? Do you know the way that you're going to be when you need to speak about things that are quite challenging or difficult? That's what July is about. Do you, boo? Figure out who you are. Guys, I hope you have found this July energy update useful. Please do like by hitting the thumbs up button. Please do subscribe to my channel and share this video with absolutely anybody that you think may benefit from it. Please do comment below if you would like some sort of feedback from me, or if you'd like to tell me whether this is good, bad, or ugly, or if you're feeling optimistic about it or a little bit more pessimistic about it. Guys, I love you to the moon and stars. I will see you in the next video. Take care.